Welcome back. Today is day 40 of the 45-day challenge, and we're going to jump right in here with the 3 steps of leadership. Now, you may be saying, well, Lauralouise, we're at day 40. Why are we just starting to talk about this now? Well, there's actually a good reason for it, because you just don't walk into Mordor. So for those of you who are familiar with the Lord of the Rings, you know what I'm talking about. You don't just decide you're going to lead. You have to prepare. You have to have strategy. You have to gear up. You have to toughen up, because it's not an easy task. Now, I met General Norman Schwarzkopf twice in my life. Very fortunate and honored to have that in my life. And both times I was left just feeling so inspired. And I'd like to share with you today the 3 things that he taught me that have been with me for most of my adult life. But before we do that, true leadership requires many skills. And one of the most important is mental fitness, because leadership is a precipitous trail. It's strewn with challenges and naysayers, frankly, haters. A fact of life and an unfortunate human condition, but it is true. The people that are out in front, that are making big decisions, that are doing the unpopular things, are not the most loved. Now, leading is no simple task, but obviously there's a lot of benefits to leading as well. There's true beauty and rewards in leadership. When I was first starting out working, I worked in leverage buyouts. And so a lot of times I was driving to different places to do due diligence on companies. And I had a CD, a program in my car called Lead the Field by Earl Nightingale. And I listened to this so many times because, repetition is the mother of skill. But there's one thing that always stuck out in my head. He said, in order to be a leader, you've got to be in front. And in order to be in front, there are certain benefits that other people never get. The air is cleaner out in front. The view is better when you get to the top. And there are no crowds. So with that, if you feel that you are now in a place where you're in that mindset that you want to be a leader, we simply have to go to the next step. And step number 1 in the 3 steps of leadership is lead. Now you're probably saying, okay, Lauralouise, you are the master of the obvious. But in fact, leading is the single hardest thing to do. And until you actually move into that role and start, it will never happen. You will never be a leader. Now, contrary to popular belief, leadership is not a popularity contest. In fact, often you will be the most unpopular person in the room. But popularity is for those who want to be in the crowd. Leadership is for those who want to be out in front of the crowd. Leadership can be the loneliest road. Protecting people, advising people, guiding people is a tough task. We're dealing with human beings at the end of the day. So it's not for the weary, and certainly not for everyone. And with almost 8 billion people on the planet, you can understand that not everyone is cut out to lead. Perhaps maybe lead your family, lead, a group, but true leadership is taking that role and taking responsibility. So number 2 in the steps of leadership is take action. Now, you cannot lead for very long without actually taking action. It's notwithstanding your position or the title you've been given, it's the course that you must adhere to. If you don't take massive action, nobody is going to follow you. And taking massive action means doing what's necessary, not what's popular, not what's easy, not with what everyone else wants you to do. It's assessing a situation and taking action. See, people hate change. They will do a lot to avoid change. People hate change, but leaders inspire it. So you need to be that inspiration that people want to follow, and you need to be worthy of following. So number one, lead. Number two, take action. And then General Schwarzkopf said, well, people always ask me, well, what do I do? What action should I take? And he said, very simply, do the right thing. Unlike most positions in society, there are no playbooks for leadership. Yeah, there are tools, there are books, there are strategies, there are lots of different things that you can get leverage, assistance, ideas, but people don't follow a philosophy. They follow a unique human being, a person who proves themselves worthy. And this requires a couple of things. Number one is courage. To enact change, to be unpopular, to forge new frontiers, to rise up against challenges, all requires an immense amount of courage. And a courage that comes from within, maybe from the divine, but not often courage that you're going to get from the people that you're leading. They're looking to you to have that courage. They're looking to you to have that strength, that fortitude, that dedication. And speaking of fortitude, it's the second thing that you need to do the right thing. The strength to move forward, to put everything you've got into something, to be your best. You know, just like in the animal kingdom, people can smell weakness and they're ready to take control if you're not going to lead. So don't ever think like just because you've been put in that president role or you're the entrepreneur or you're the managing director, you're the head of the household, whatever it is, if you're weak in that position, there will be somebody stronger who comes and takes over. That is just the law of nature. Okay, so we've got courage, fortitude, and last but not least, stamina. You need stamina to go the distance here. This is the ability to keep going when things get rough. And believe me, if you are a leader, you know things will get rough. And if they haven't yet, well, the storm is coming. There is no one who just lives in sunshine. And you wouldn't want to, because it's the storms that make you better. It make you a better leader, make you a better advisor, make you more trustworthy, and make you more believable to follow. So in having your stamina, you need to be fair, but you need to also be kind and not lose your focus along the way when the tides go against you, when popular opinion says, we don't want to do that. You have to be the visionary, the innovator, the strength, the fortitude, the courageous, and the person who cares. So there you have it. That's my 3 steps, courtesy of General Norman Schwarzkopf, who has stayed with me for my whole life. And I think simple, but hard to do. And on that, I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for day 41. I'm wishing you life and business on your terms. And I'm hoping that you are becoming incredibly unstoppable in achieving all of your goals for the 45-day challenge. Cheers.